Stop being gay.
Put your pants back on.
All right, welcome to another edition, everybody, of In the Hangar with the Hornet Fixer. It's the special We Didn't Have Shootapalooza, and we're fucking Jonesing episode.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Now I need a beer.
Okay, we'll get a beer.
Now I need a beer.
Hold, please. Hold, please.
We'll get a beer.
We're going to go without you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Jim's got this.
I got this.
It is
I'm
a
not
show
a rook.
after all.
I was going to say, I'm not a rookie anymore.
He don't need you anymore there, bitch.
Can't sit here.
Uh-huh.
Why is the fucking chat room not coming up?
Oh, give it a minute.
It's up. Eric's in it.
Okay. Anyway, I can't get into it. I can't do it. Fuck! There goes the explicit rating.
Yep. That was fast. What'd you have? What, 9 seconds?
Like 9 seconds. Yeah.
It's like
Another,
I want to thank you all for
Anyway.
being here. And fuck.
Yeah, fuck, there it is. I had to hit the other button.
another week of being overlooked by iHeart.
Yeah.
It
ran
smells
away.
like piss.
It does not smell like
Yes,
piss.
it does.
Well, there you go.
Well, okay.
Christine's trying to help. She's like, smells like piss. I heart piss. Piss. I heart piss.
I was talking about his beer. It stinks.
She's just doing everything she can.
So what piss beer is he drinking there, Christine?
The Oracle. It's an Indian pale ale.
Double. Don't forget that
Oh,
word.
sorry,
Double
double.
IPA. Oh, no
Yeah.
What
wonder.
you mean? It's a double
And it's,
Indiana piss ale?
And it's 10% by alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
10%, but it still tastes like a fucking pine tree.
Our piss.
Now we're full explicit.
And a piss.
Damn. Another week goes by.
I'm sorry.
Christine's
Sorry.
She's clapping for everybody who wants to know. She's like, yes, it's just me. That's it. It's just me.
I'm sorry. I'm
Anyway,
telling the truth.
welcome to In the Hangar with Hornet Fixer, the piss edition.
Oh,
Yeah, see, we have to do this because we didn't have Shootapalooza to do
I
this
know.
with, so we have to do all this crazy stuff on the radio now. So
I know. I missed you this year, really, because you're my partner in crime.
yes, I am.
See how long it takes to get thrown out of Sam's Club?
Yeah. Well, hey, we didn't get thrown out. I think they wanted to, but they
Yeah.
didn't.
We
'Cause,
came close.
You have a native up there. She's walking around with like a 5-foot penis over her shoulder,
It's not such a
and then
risk.
this long haired hippie looking dude running around like, hey, look at that shit.
Yeah.
Taking
No.
pictures and going, I'm gonna send this to fucking everybody. Yeah, I know I'm yelling. I can't hear shit. I'm half deaf. So yeah.
That was fun.
Want to say hi to the first comers in the chat room? That'd be Ed and Douglas. It's funny because I just answered a comment on the video saying thanks to Douglas, and I'll talk to you soon. Boom. 4 minutes later, here we are.
And here we are.
See, Doug agrees with me.
Well,
beer
yeah,
heads up
eventually.
like this. Yes, very much so.
Hi, Ed. Well, I'm talking out of the bottle before
What?
processing.
And everybody behaves, finally.
And everybody behaves. No, he's not. And Smile Money's here. No, I do want to address Smile Money real quick.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he threw a kiss right back at the redhead on this thing, and I sent him a video link to Rat's Year in Love, and he said that's like gender bias.
I saw that.
So I'm not sure what he meant by that. What, that the guys singing where it was an 80s hair band and they look like women? Did it turn you on?
I think that's where he was. I think another song to play right after that was He Touched Himself.
Yeah, and he touched himself, yes.
Oh my gosh.
See, I think Smile Money secretly loves the redhead. I think he plays it off by being mad at her.
You know he does. You know it.
All right, hey, speaking of Smile Money,
she'll grow on you, if you know what I mean.
I hope not.
No, I don't. Please explain.
No, don't. Please.
All right, I got a visual for you. Hold on.
No. Hold on. That visual looks like a penis, only smaller. So we don't know.
I hit it on you. Oh shit! We found it.
Well, gee, you put his wingy ding in a dish in a dish sink under a colander. Did you think he was gonna find it? I mean,
now, as a general service announcement of In the Hangar with Hornet Fixer, I just want everyone to know you are damn lucky not to be in the video chat with us right now. That was disturbing on so many. Even Tilly looked up at the screen and went, I'm out of here.
I got it.
Whenever somebody can say, I just took my pee-pee out of a colander in the sink, that's just messed up. That is so messed up.
It's like, hey, where's my dick? Oh, it's under the colander in the sink. Oh, thank you.
Oh, hey, where's my dick?
Detachable penis.
Oh, good God. I think I'm just going to go over here. You guys have fun. I'm just going to go over here. At least, I don't want to. At least the gate was closed. I don't have to chase Tilly all over the neighborhood like I did Monday night. Anyway, I also want to say hi in the chat room to Wade Little and Jolson. They're in there. Of course, Smile Money, of course.
Hey, Jolson.
The redhead is fine since she had an attitude adjustment. Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty more. We just wanted her to blow you a kiss this time, that's all.
You need to clean your penis.
I know. Is my penis dishwasher safe?
I don't know.
And there goes
top rack only.
Top rack only.
So there goes, hey Wade, there goes the wing for you there, buddy. Because that's the first question Wade asked. Wade comes in, hey, how is everybody doing? Have the wings come off yet?
What wings?
They're getting ready to.
What wings? Can you imagine Jim standing at the tarmac looking out at the planes down below, and there's just one sitting there that just looks like a piece of tubing. Is that one mine? Yep, that one's yours.
That one's yours.
We saved you some time by just taking the fucking wings off of it right away.
See the plane jammed into the runway, and Jim runs out. You use the flashlights when you're parking it, not here, you asshole. Oops.
No, he said whoops.
Oops.
So, and I'm if we had something like that, Mark Peace would put a fucking meme of it on my goddamn Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a person that has to stay on his meds.
Yes, very much so. And I hope he listens to this.
Did you see that Smile Money said, well, redheads have been known to be bipolar?
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't think it was just redheads.
Well, hold on. No. He said he didn't say bipolar. He said pipolar. 3.14.
Oh, pie.
Yeah,
but then he went and said bye.
Then
and
he
then
said bye.
I know, but I was into the whole pie thing. So
Oh, look, it's more.
I was like, hey, it's pie. You know, what the hell?
Oops.
Hey, Eric. We speak of the devil and he appears.
No, I didn't mean Mark. I was talking about
Bullshit.
Ted.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
What's this Ted dude?
And the crazy Scotsman just came in.
Well, we're fucked now.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you know, he was at a Shootapalooza.
Yes, he was.
He was at the last one.
And as part of full disclosure goes, at least he's not one person on the. He's not on the list of people never to invite.
I think I did it. He wasn't in the video, right? I think I got him cut out of everything. I don't think he was in the.
Yes,
Oh, I
he
didn't.
did.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't see him. No.
Okay, yeah, I think I
But
thought.
did you see that? This picture with the fire coming out of the gun. I took it.
Yeah, Christopher firing the AR pistol.
Yeah, I set that in a diamond just for you, Christine.
Thank you.
Because you're a princess.
That's right.
He said it doesn't count.
I know. We're still at 9. We're still at 9. We're still there. Trust me. I know.
I'm trying to help you, John.
So I have to ask Wade, when you're putting optics on a penis, is it embarrassing to say that you? Is it better to have a red dot or magnification?
How old are you?
Maybe 51.
Close
My
your eyes.
friend's 51.
Magnification. There's all kinds of red dots all over you already. So.
It also depends on if you got a dicky do. Yeah, your belly done stuck out further than your dicky do.
I knew that now.
See, I always had that was Dunlap's disease.
Oh yeah, done lapped over.
Yeah, your fat ass done lapped over your dick.
Good evening and welcome to Penis Talk.
Yeah. I didn't know this was Saturday.
This is Christine, your hostess. And
Shoot
she'll
him.
be talking.
Shoot a penis.
All right, listen, fuckers. And now Mark. So Mark chimes up right as we're trying to get this thing under control, and no, he needs a cock ring.
Trust me,
Is it
Christine.
Friday?
It's like, trust me, Christine. If I showed you everything that he posts on the deplorables,
I'd be laughing.
Oh yeah, sure you would.
in between tears, and using the words "what the fuck."
What the fuck happened?
And every once in a while going, what is that? What is that? What is that?
Anyway. Oh shit.
You can't put Pica de Gallo in there.
That's not a taco.
Maybe Scotsman, and congratulations, Wade.
Oh, Wade doesn't look
Eric-
at Wade.
Eric,
You got to give us a little more about what you're talking about. You're answering things. You're not saying anything.
Yeah, that's what we're wondering.
And thank you, Douglas.
That wasn't a pistol he was showing, just to let you know, Doug.
That was the red dot magnification.
That was the red dot magnification.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get back to Shootapalooza instead of shoot a penis.
Pew pew, either way.
Welcome to Colander Cock Talk.
Man, she is fucking fired up tonight.
I'm telling you, she is.
She's got to get it out of the system.
That's
so
right. She
don't
does it
come
on Thursday. She does it on Wednesday and Friday. So Saturday, she's all like, "Hello, welcome."
I want to thank
Welcome
you
to
for
Miss
coming to
Bonnie's
Miss
show.
Bowie's Zone.
We're gonna make sure we don't cuss on this show because we want to get on. We want to get on High Heart, Sparkify, Spotify, and that Fi and the other Fi, and tell all these other guys they get fucked.
That's only one word, so it doesn't count as explicit.
Right.
Okay.
But anyway, as most everyone, hopefully everyone that listens to this or watches our videos knows about Shootapalooza. Hopefully, most of us or a lot of us have been there, and for those who haven't, it is one hell of a good time. And you meet people that you've talked to on the internet for years on end. Next thing you know, you're staying in their house, drinking their beer, eating their lasagna, and shooting guns with them. And by the end of the weekend, you're best friends for life. So Shootapalooza wasn't just a shoot. That was for me. It became a family gathering of the utmost magnitude. I actually enjoyed going there more than I did with my own family, real family, blood family's place, which I actually stopped going to those. So and yes, I'm missing it this year. I wish I was there right now. I wouldn't have 8 stitches in my arm after this.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, Shootapalooza was fun, and we could do Shootapalooza and not even shoot and still have a great time, and that's a fact.
Oh, look at like for instance, several people. Names escape me right now, but you take some of the guys that were there the first year, especially the repeat flyers, and the first year. I go to the airport to pick somebody up, and it's like, oh, I hope you have a truck. It's like cases and cases of firearms. And then, the second year, it's a case. And then, like you even said, it's like, shit, there's going to be enough guns there. And for me, honestly, I don't call my native friends and tell them to do the rain dance, but we've all said, anybody that has been to more than 1 year, it doesn't matter if we go shooting or not. The time that we spend together as a group, especially to me, it's fine. You get, shooting or whatever. The last few years, I brought out as many guns as I thought that were more unique than what somebody else might have, just so someone else can shoot them.
That's what I did.
With the exception of the year, 2 years ago now that we had or was that last year? I don't know. They all blur together. When we had the long range where we actually got a chance to shoot beyond 100 yards.
2 years.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. And that was about the only year that I really did any shooting at all. Otherwise, I just walked around and loaded up a mag and handed it to someone and said, here, shoot this. And what really, the one thing that cracks me up is every single year, there's at least one person that I'm thinking, like Jerry. Jerry seems to be the one that it always happens to. I'm like, okay, I want Jerry to try this, the Smith & Wesson 1006, for instance. And, 6 months after it's over, I'm talking to Jerry, and it's just like, yeah, it'd been nice to try that sometime. What? It was being handed around to everybody. How did you? I don't know. It's like, good God. It's like. But the thing is what I think is what was really cool is by the time we were into the 4th and 5th year, it was like I'd go to the airport and like pick you up or something, and it was just like it's like I'm picking up my brother. I'm picking up someone that means more to me than blood could ever create. And when we get together, it's hard to describe when we have our group and everybody that's here.
I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like home. That's what it feels like.
It damn sure does. Especially when you got a basement. When you can't even move in the basement because there's bodies everywhere.
And that's the thing too, like my Canadian family, when I used to go there every summer, that's what it was. We would drink, we would eat, we would have fun. There was laughter. Everybody got along. It was a fantastic time. And that's what that reminds me of. When everybody comes here, we're all get together. We're all having a good time. We're having some laughs. We're out by the fire pit. We're hanging out there, talking shit, busting balls, having a good time. It just feels like home.
Jolson, you're having a...
Well, if he can't hear you, how are you going to talk to him?
Okay, like this.
You're a dick. No, hey, radio.
Oh, sorry.
Radio.
Lips are moving, nothing's coming out.
And Found Money's having Brokeback Mountain flashbacks. Again, he can't hear you. Somebody type in the chat room, refresh, Jolson.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It was such a cool thing that, not to sound all corny and whatever, but I tell you, the absolute worst time every single year was like putting the last person on a plane or saying goodbye to the last person heading out.
And that's always usually been NIHAP. He's always the first one to come and the last one to leave.
Well, last year he was. Hell, last year we didn't know if he was showing up until hey, NIHAP. Holy shit.
Yeah. With that exception, but most of the other time in previous years.
Well, that's because of a few years worth of fuckery. He won't give his. I've even asked his wife. I even asked Mrs. NIHAP. I said, okay, because she's like, he wasn't even home. So I'm like,
she was gonna send some goodies along with him.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna probably try to catch him. I'm like, oh really? Exactly when can we expect him? Oh, I can't disclose that. I'm like, I go, seriously? She's like, yeah, he gives explicit direction every year that his itinerary is secret because he doesn't want that that wheelchair.
Hey, that shit ain't funny.
Yeah.
When I gotta admit, when I got on that airplane in Duluth, and it's a little airplane, you don't take a big one out of Duluth.
No.
And I'm like 3 seats back from the door, and she's looking, and I hear her look at the other guy. Says, "Is Mr. Hill on the plane?" And I looked up, and she goes, and she looked. I guess she looked and saw what seat I was, and looked right at me. And I went, "Yeah, I'm Mr. Hill." She goes, "Sir, are you going to be needing a wheelchair assistance in Minneapolis?" I said, "I'm going to fucking kill Travis." And she looked at me. I said, "No, ma'am, that's a joke somebody's playing on me. I don't need to access a wheelchair. Thank you very much." Then when I get to Minneapolis and I check in, I get up there and Mr. Hill, please come to the podium. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go again.
My grandpa, Travis on the phone.
My grandpa needs a wheelchair. He won't admit it, but he does.
He's really headstrong, and we just don't want to see him get hurt. Oh, we will take care of him for you.
Mm-hmm.
The other, as far as funny moments on Arrival goes, and,
fuck off. Fuck off if it's about me. Go ahead, asshole.
He left the hanger.
Well, Jim just happened to be the entire flight from when he got on in Florida to when he got off in Duluth had somebody else on the airplane that was here for the shoot.
No. No, it was only from Atlanta up, or from a minute.
Oh, Atlanta.
It was either Atlanta or Minneapolis.
So I started forwarding pictures of Jim at the airport, getting in onto the plane, walking up the aisle of the plane, and he's just like, "You fucker."
Because there's a picture, the first one he sent me, he texted me right before getting ready to board, and I'm standing there, and I get this picture, or I get a text from Eric, and it's a picture of me leaning up against the fucking wall, looking at my phone. Like 2 minutes before I got the picture. So and I'm like, immediately start looking around, and I find out from the dickhead that took the picture later on that he hid around the corner or whatever, so he just put his phone out and take the picture. So then I get on we're actually get on the plane, and there's a picture of me walking down the aisle from the back, and I'm in my seat on the plane. And then 45 minutes or whatever, we land in Duluth. And then I get a ding as soon as we get a signal. And it's a picture of me sitting in my seat. And then as I'm walking down, because that was my first or second year? I can't remember.
I think that was my first.
That was the first year, because that was when we had Mike.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Oh.
That was my
second
first
year was the wheelchair.
Shit.
Because and Travis set that shit up too because he was the one that he actually flew from Virginia into Atlanta, and we were actually in Atlanta at the same time. We flew the same jet to Minneapolis, and then he took that fucking, instead of spending the extra $100, he spent $50 on that fucking, on that van to get him from Minneapolis to fucking Duluth.
The shuttle.
And it took him. He didn't get into what, like 10 o'clock that night or some shit.
A fucking short bus that had the capacity of like 37 people, and there was 69 or 80 people on it.
Oh my god, they were packed in like sardines.
And they stopped like every going 35 north. I think every off ramp that bus got off to do something somewhere. So yeah, if he would have just spent doubled his money, he would have been here like 5 hours sooner.
Yeah,
right.
Oh,
and I know he set that shit up. I know he did. But no, that was my first. That was my. And then when we finally were walking down to the fucking, I'm walking down and getting my head. I had actually took a rifle case that year, so I'm waiting to get my rifle case. I get it, and I see Phil and Eric standing outside. And I'm walking out, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And this guy's laughing his ass off behind me, and it was fucking dickhead Mike.
For those listening, the role being played as Dickhead Mike, that's Mike, the owner of In the Red Exploding Targets. And on top of what everybody would think about that weekend, I do honestly have to say I felt bad because Mike, not only did he donate an entire ammo can filled to the top with BMG 50, but he also gave us 450 pounds of In the Red Exploding Targets. And a bunch of us decided to sneak off on Friday and have a little fun. And we shot a 25-pound charge of it. And the people a quarter of a mile away, their house shook. And they said, if that happens on Saturday, we're calling the sheriff. So here I am with 425 pounds of In the Red Exploding Targets, the owner of the company, and not a single In the Red goes off on Saturday.
Yeah, because somebody had to go up there and get ahead of schedule.
Yeah, Eric.
Having said that, that's fine. I'll take your little pity any blame. But what happens if we would have actually had the 450 pounds on Saturday?
It'd have been too late. It'd better to ask forgiveness than the permission.
Well, I'm sure we would have got a visit from the sheriff.
Now,
hey, you can't do that no more.
When was the stove exploded?
That was the one.
That was it. That was the 25. Okay, that was amazing and both freaking terrifying. And I've never been there.
I was working that day.
But oh my god,
I wasn't there.
When that thing exploded, it was like, oh, that's a fuck up.
Well, unless you're a demolition expert, the fact that it basically the stove incident is the blast actually scooped a chunk of cast iron stove off the ground and hurled it over 120 yards in the direction where we all were, and it landed between two cars, hitting nobody and hitting no cars. But it's like, holy shit, that's like from about that point on, I think the most fun was had just by suspending. If we made a 10-pound charge and hung it in a string and then hung it from like a tree branch or something, it was actually more impressive to do those air bursts.
The first year I was there, we were wrapping the Ziploc baggies up tight and throwing them in the air and hitting them with shotguns.
I was going to say,
doing fucking
in the red skeet. Yeah, in the red skeet was fun.
Yes, that was actually very impressive. That was much better than Jeremy and that goddamn can cannon.
Yeah, it kept. The first year I was up there, I had that fucking my long rifle up there, and that fucking he started shooting them cans out, and I'm like, just Mountain Dew and shit all over my guns.
Yeah, it got on almost everybody that time.
Fucking JP Enterprise sitting there in all of its financial glory, and Jeremy standing there, and a goddamn can basically explodes as it comes out of the launcher, and where the wind was coming back to us. So anything that burst in the air in front of us, all that Mountain Dew just floated straight back to all of us. Everything was covered in fucking. I think Jeremy was a candidate to get shot.
What was it? You and I were prone on the line on that tarp, and we were trying to shoot it with the rifle.
And Ed said, "Oh yeah, over my grand."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Ed's grand. Yeah, I remember that. That was the first year. That was the first year I saw that grand.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed's not talking about a rifle. He calls his penis his grand.
Garanda. Okay.
Hey, we're done with penis talk. You can let that go now.
No
You can unlock your lips there, big boy.
So, speaking of you know who, do you want to stick to the happy stuff, or do you want to expand on why he got the reputation?
You have to
No,
expand.
we don't have to.
Let's just leave that one alone, okay?
Can we just leave that alone?
Let's talk about that.
That was a very. There was a lot of. Let's just say there was a lot of grown men there that wanted to beat his fucking ass. That's all there is to say about that. Yes, and Miss Bomey. Yes.
What was the reoccurring theme? It went something like this: Eric, I'm having an awesome time. If he's here next year, I won't be.
Yes, that was pretty much what everybody said throughout the night, especially that, what was it, Saturday night it was?
Yeah.
It was Saturday night. And then what was it? And he had to get a fucking Uber because we wouldn't give him a ride to the airport at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, he had to be there like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck that. What happens on Saturday?
Call a cab, dude.
Well, what happens on Saturday? We come back. We have the lasagna feast.
We have the lasagna feast and get drunk.
We sit around the fire. We get fucking ripped. We take pot shots at each other all night long. And who the fuck wants to get up and take someone to the airport at 3:30 in the morning?
It's different.
Yeah,
like
I got to be honest. You and Christopher and Miguel and a couple of other people were still awake. Yeah, still
when
awake
Johnny,
when he left.
Yeah, and that was at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
you guys didn't go to bed that year.
I can tell you one thing. There is another reoccurring theme.
Nobody sleeps.
Usually, most of us do not sleep from Saturday to Sunday. I mean, remember what was it last year? Johnny, he's like, I gotta hit the rack, man. I gotta be on the road and heading back to Texas at 5 a.m. Okay, 5 a.m. He walks into the kitchen. Me, Christopher, Nihap, and Isabel Tenda, we're still doing shots. And Johnny like shakes his head. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
You guys are still up? Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you want a fucking ride, Johnny? I'll give you a ride.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
yeah,
fun.
it is crazy, and it's but again, it's the same people every year to do that. I tried to hang, but with the jet lag and everything else, I couldn't hang that first couple of years, and then after that, it was just like, okay, I'm too fucking old. I don't want to stay up with you young kids. Because, I like getting up and going and having breakfast. Like when we say we're going to have breakfast, because we make plans to be here and there in the other place. But then you have to fucking crank up a radioactive from Imagine Dragons to get fucking Christmas.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That is a recurring theme every year.
Christopher is like dead to the world when he sleeps. He hears nothing. And for you to crank that stereo.
Yeah, here's what they're talking about.
Hold on. Smile Money, it was not Crazy Cat, no.
No.
Shootapalooza.
No.
I have a pretty decent amperage surround sound system in the basement. We knew it was just a given that this was going to happen again. So I have a app allows me to log in and turn shit on, and after repeatedly yelling downstairs for Christopher to get his ass up with zero response, we decided to turn on Imagine Dragons as loud as it would go.
And the whole house went, I'm waking.
Boom. Yeah.
The whole fucking, like, everything upstairs just started rattling.
Shaking.
And we all started laughing our ass off. And then after about 2 minutes, we turned it down. And we heard, fuck you guys.
Well, Jesus, the first year that he was here,
Oh my God.
I was standing over him yelling in his ear.
Yeah,
And,
I remember that.
and he didn't even move.
Nothing.
He didn't
I'm
even
just
move.
like, dude, does he have a pulse?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, is he dead?
Eric's
Oh,
all
God.
worried. Drag his body out back. Cannot be in the basement.
Yes. Now remember,
We'll go put
nobody
We'll put him in the
remembers seeing
shitter.
him.
That's right.
It was a basement pop. He was drunk.
Put him in the shitter, she says.
No, that's another one. Eric and Christine started getting a biffy, which is a porta potty for the rest of the world.
Shitter.
A biffy, and having it there at Shootapalooza because they only have one small bathroom upstairs. So everybody trying to use, you get 50, 60 people in the backyard. You can't use this one bathroom. It just doesn't work. And then you can get guys like, John Huber just hangs it out there in front of God and everybody and just takes a whiz.
No, I was. Thank you for bringing that up, John. I walk around the corner to use the biffy.
Yeah, to use the biffy.
John is standing 3 feet from it, pissing, and I go, John, see that right there? That's a porta potty. Oh, I'll remember that for next time. Thanks.
Yeah, please do.
But yeah, it's Christopher didn't want to use that fucking biffy to save his life, man. But he would never get up in time.
Troublemaker alert.
Shootapalooza.
Shootapalooza.
I'm gonna
And now,
have
didn't
t-shirts made.
somebody? No, what was it? Was it one year somebody dropped something in the porta potty? I can't remember. I thought somebody dropped their phone or something in it, and it was like, "Oh, it's gone." But
Did somebody drop their phone in there?
I want to
That
say
sounds familiar.
I thought somebody did, but I don't remember which year it was. I mean, it's.
Boy,
I
they
don't
were.
know.
They were.
I want
blue.
to say it was the first year when we had it over by neighbor Mike's fucking garage.
Oh, okay.
In between, that's where I
Yeah.
think that's where this was the year. Because we had a work drop light stretched across for a light inside.
Hey, it was not bad this year. We had the light, we had the hand sanitizer, and we even had a little Febreze in there, so it didn't smell bad.
And it was right here. We took down the corner of the fence and put it in the backyard.
Yeah. Hey, that's one of the better shitters I think we've ever had in the backyard for Shootapalooza. Just saying.
It was the rockin' shitter we had in the backyard for Shootapalooza. It was awesome. Rockin' shitter.
David.
It was an awesome biffy.
It was awesome, Biffy.
Hello, David.
David, and I see Mark's back making his little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get shirts made like that.
And speaking of shirts, I found a box of Shootapalooza shirts I got to send up that last Shootapalooza.
Aw.
So I'll have to put those find out what sizes I got, and I'll put those out on the if anybody wants them.
The memorial shirts. There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those would be that's from the last actual no shit Shootapalooza. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to say though, you get a big group. I mean, what was 43?
It was 43 that one year because there was 41 for dinner.
So you put that many people, as diverse of a group as we were in that particular year.
Mm-hmm.
We had
we had Stripey.
Stripey and Mrs.
Mrs.
Stripey.
Yeah, that
Stripey.
was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just what are the odds? You can see what happens when you have like-minded thinkers that spend as much time as we do, say, fuckery in comments and interacting with each other. But now we actually get to all be together. And of all the years we've been doing this, there has never been, even with Mike, there was an incident between me and him, but he was so drunk he probably will never remember it. But there has never been any confrontations. There has never been any arguing, any yelling at each other.
There's never, nothing like that.
You never heard anybody say, I can't stand that person, I freaking hate them. There was like none of that. None of that.
I mean, it's just that's what takes it, like Jim was saying. It takes it beyond family. I mean, shit. I don't.
So I'm looking. Stripey was here in 2015. I'm looking at my Shootapalooza folders.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 15 when he was here. So
yeah, it's 3 years.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I actually think the biggest group we ever had was the following year.
I'm trying to find the group picture.
2016.
Yeah.
And last year was a lot smaller. There was a lot of
like half.
Yeah.
2016 was a big. I think 2016 was a big picture.
Let's see. We had 2016. We had. That's when we had. That was first year we had El Tenda.
We had Tenda, Mule. Who else?
Frank and Jerry.
Frank came, Jerry. Yeah, Frank brought Jerry, or Jerry brought Frank. I mean,
Miguel was there.
Miguel.
Of course, Christopher. Oh, and was that the first or second year for Agent Chaos and Miss Chaos?
Second.
Was that the second?
That was the second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the second.
Had John Huber. We also had Brian McCowan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to see if I can recognize, and then of course the all the usual suspects. And the DFC was there.
Yep. Ben, Minnesota shooter.
Yep, Ben.
He came.
I never even invite him anymore.
He just shows up.
He just shows up.
He knows when to come. He's like, "Hi, I'm here." Good to
So
see you
Travis
again,
was there. Mr. and Mrs. and he's going to shoot me for this, but Mr. and Mrs. Pre-Dawn Death. You had your neighbor, the Beer Fairy, and then your other neighbor. What was his name? The guy from
Matt.
2 doors. Pat.
Matt.
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 Wasn't Steve there too?
And Steve.
Mule Team?
No.
Steve.
Schweitzer.
Stefan. Schweitzer.
Social Security number
that was last
568.
year. No, that was last year. He was there for 17.
I thought he was there for 16 too.
16 too.
Yeah, he was there. He was there for 16.
I don't see him in the group photo.
No, he did because he was
photo.
taking the picture because I was having problems with my camera at that time, and I said to him, "Can you try to figure this out for me?" And so he did. So he took the picture that year.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Eric Karsten was there. Johnny Watson. What's his name? Dead Winter.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big one. 16 was big. 17 I don't think was as big, but it was close.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest moments from somebody watching. That was one of the funniest moments I remember. I put it in the promo too. Was when Jeremy Dead Winter was trying to pull his pants up, and Eric comes around the corner and goes, "Oh, hey, I just wanted you to know your ass was in the video, or whatever." And Jim's like, "It's gonna be all over Facebook."
He even put it on there like, "Oh, great, you got me pulling my pants."
And then you hear St. Louis Ray Edwards go, "Just own it, just own it."
Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't Ed.
No, that was Ray, St. Louis Ray.
Well, he wasn't there.
Ray Edwards was there that year when he did that. That was Ray yelling, "Just own it."
Oh, okay.
Because I think the year after that he came and he got sick and had to go home right away.
He was like almost
Wasn't
halfway
that?
here and turned around.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That was was that last year? Or the year, I can't remember.
The year
Because he was the first year I was here, he was there and had to leave early.
Mm-hmm.
And And the one he turned around on the way there and left.
And since you mentioned Mrs. Predon, Caitlin,
Yeah.
I have to admit she does fit into this work group.
Oh yes, she does.
But a highlight was she insisted on trying some of Agent Chaos's batch of moonshine. She took probably a double shot out of a 2-shot shot glass and coughed. And that shit blew everywhere. I had moonshine all over me, and it got far enough into her lungs. I bet you she was hacking for the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she felt bad. She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." It's like,
And
it's smooth, huh?
and smile money.
Yeah, that Canadian
guy
that the plane broke down. My
almost
wife won't
made
let
it
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Couldn't make it, but he was in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 15. Ed just said, yeah, in 2015, that's when Johnny C308, Scott, him, Jules, Ed,
Oh
Ray,
yeah, that's right.
The whole Missouri crew came up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny that Smile Money says that arguments and alcohol and weapons would be a potential problem. Not in my house. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, when everybody got back from shooting.
Yeah, but see, even if we did, even if somebody did get in a disagreement, I don't think anybody would have done something stupid like that. I really don't.
No.
Yeah, and with the group, with
the amount of people that are carrying there, yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea.
But that's one thing that, I think everybody was really good about. When we went out to the range, we shot all day. Everybody came home, put the stuff away. That was it. Then we had dinner and then drank.
Yes, we would go out and shoot. There was never to this moment in time, there has never been alcohol between Saturday morning and Saturday coming back to the house. Never any drinking out while we were shooting. Come back here. Everybody's great. We'd offload everything. People that were staying, the guns would come into the house and get stored either downstairs or in the corner of the dining room or whatever. That first couple of years, though.
The entire living room.
Oh,
the living room and the dining room.
The first couple of years before people stopped bringing as much shit.
Right.
If something happened to my house...
I was like the traffic controller. You got rifles that go over here. You got handguns that go over there. I mean, I was like the stewardess on the plane. The exits are here and here. Oh, yeah.
I remember the year that McDougal let us use the camper to bring all the guns out. Mm-hmm. So we had a big camper. I can't even imagine the dollar amount on the insurance claim if something would have happened. Yeah. I mean, the master bedroom, the kitchen area, and the hallway inside of a fairly large camper were completely filled with firearms because Tim let us use his camper to load up as many all the firearms and as many guys that there was still room for and drive it out there.
Yeah. It was always fun, and I have to say that everybody was, for the most part, very conscious about being safe and responsible.
Yet, to be honest, in all the years that we've done this, from Saturday until Sunday morning, I don't remember anybody. I mean, actually take that back. A few rifles got built, drunk off our asses downstairs. Building something because someone brought up a bunch of parts and whatever, or needed to modify something. So here we are, drunk gunsmithing going on downstairs. And then usually Sunday, and it was usually always started by NIHAP, the piles of guns would come out, and there might be a few adult beverages being served. And then the cleaning. Let the cleaning begin.
But that's what it was. I mean, you guys were having a beer or two, but it wasn't like you
Oh,
were
no.
getting obnoxious or being. No.
I'm amazed we drank it all on Sunday after some Saturdays.
Yeah.
To be totally honest.
Yeah. But no, and I would have no, they would have had to deal with me. Trust me,
my
you
God,
do not want to go there.
When the shoot was over, and then that following Tuesday is recycling day. My recycling guy must have.
He must have hated us between all of the beer cans, the wine bottles, the liquor bottles, and anything else that we could
I think
throw
that
in there.
one year there was 3 55-gallon garbage bags filled with nothing but aluminum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I had to put all of, because one of our shoots, well, actually multiple of our shoots, because my recycling is every other week. So like the shoot happened, and then it was 2 weeks before. My garage was filled with 55-gallon heavy-duty garbage bags of nothing but aluminum and glass.
In both of our cans, our can and Mike's can, because he's always generous about donating it during that time. He's like, fill up mine too. But yeah, there was always so much.
Did you see what Smile Money just said?
So you do without shooting?
That's a good question, Smile Money. Well, Eric?
Well, yeah.
I'm just going to go with no.
Yeah, that's you.
I'm going to go no.
Yeah.
Wimps.
No.
I could easily hang out. A week with Jim and never once actually go to a range. But the whiskey.
But that was the funny thing, though, that lots of people said. They were like, we don't have to shoot. There were so many times when people said that, well, we don't really have to shoot. We could just sit out here in the back and just, have our beer or have our drink. And they would have been perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, I think I want to say I've been up, four times.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only brought guns up the first 2 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, fuck it. I'll shoot everybody else's shit. I'll send ammo up and everything. So.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute. Every day before the shoot, I would come home and there would be freaking boxes of ammunition. Every day.
You should have seen my
surprise
UPS guy.
Yeah, it was.
My UPS guy is pretty fucking cool.
He was.
I was like, really... dude, do you want me to give you a hand? And he's just like, no, I got this. It's like, yeah, we literally had the week leading up to the shoot. That truck pulled up every single day, and there was, by the time it was all over, there was probably 10,000 rounds of 5.56, 5,000 rounds of 308, and
that's no exaggeration.
Another 5,000 rounds of AK.
It looked like we were preparing for.
Oh yeah, I did that one year. I got caught with the AR in my carry-on. Remember that?
Oh, without your keychain or whatever it was?
There was that fucking bottle opener I was giving Eric in the shape of an AR. about a 7-inch AR. I got fucking pulled out of TSA. Hey, sir, we need to look in your bag. For what? Camera equipment. Oh yeah, I got a fucking metal can opener and a bottle opener in the shape of an AR-15.
And then you have to explain.
Idiots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, try the charging handle, asshole.
It's 3/16 thick and it's 7 inches long. I don't think it's going to do any damage.
Some of that stuff is just hilarious when you realize how stupid they act.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you can think about a bullet now. Think about where the bullet's going to go in there. All right.
Yeah, right.
Just think about that for a second. Then look at your nearest mirror and realize you're a jackass. So back up and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, even the tizzy fit that they have if you happen to have a live round in your pocket.
Yeah, I fell victim to that one too in Duluth. But the Duluth guy, the old guy at Duluth was cool about it. The young guy tried to make a big deal of it. The old guy says, "Yeah, let me look in your thing," and it was actually in one of my cargo pants. Like it was a live 9mm. It was it wasn't shot. It wasn't an empty casing. He goes, this is the only one we found. This is not a big deal. You got to see what we coming through here all the time. People leave like loaded magazines in their bag. Forget about it. I'm like, well, okay. I said, well, old boy over there was making a big deal. He goes, don't worry about it.
Them youngins.
Yeah, as long as you relinquish it.
Yeah. I said, well, you guys can keep that. Oh, he said, we will. The TSA in Duluth, Minnesota. You know, the whole 4 gates of Duluth, Minnesota.
Oh, they're on that shit.
Yeah,
Maine has 3 gates. I can't believe
They
it.
are the strictest TSAs I've ever had to go through.
Oh yeah.
In all my time since 9/11.
They are. I will agree with you on that one.
Well, that's because they have nothing but time.
That's true.
And it's always that one young kid. He's a federal officer way too seriously. I'm like, dude, you need to lose that fucking man bun. You might get taken seriously.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The man bun never works.
Man bun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something else, boy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And this year was kind of funny because it's like August rolls around and I'm like, I should be making the lasagna.
Oh yeah, but and again, as we've all said more than once, and tonight, and even in the past, you take the guns out of it, and hell, you could even take the alcohol out of it. Honestly, and it would still be a fun time. It really would. Maybe not as fun without the alcohol, especially with Jerry, because he's entertaining.
Oh, God. I remember seeing the part of that video where he's downstairs in the basement doing the Irish jig with the
styrofoam.
The styrofoam.
50 cal.
Yeah.
Mr. Oompa Loompa
I
himself.
saw that and I'm like, what the hell did I miss?
You know, and in all the years we've done this, unless I'm missing something, I can only think of like really one drunk scenario. I mean, yeah, there was boozing it up and large quantities of alcohol and recycling happening, but there was no fall down, puke, drunk.
Well,
except for Altenda.
Well, Tenet.
You guys.
I don't know if that was all alcohol. I know it was a majority of it was, but there was one guy who got stupid drunk that one year. Not Mike.
Well, there's one person that every single year kind of gets to the point.
And he lives in Minnesota.
Loud talker.
Loud talker, close talker.
Close loud talker.
And he brought his.
How you doing?
He brought his soon-to-be wife with him on that one, and
you could always tell too because
the obnoxious laugh would arrive.
It's like every year I got to hear about the latest 22 build, and it was just like he was like right in my face. It's like, hey, you're gonna have to back a little ways away. When I lick my lips, I don't want to,
I don't want to lick yours too.
Yeah, I don't want to lick yours too. But I mean, honestly, it wasn't like everybody gets shit-faced and barfs and all over the place. I mean, the only person I can even think of that got sick, and that I'll take responsibility for that. It was me.
Guys.
It was me, Christopher, and Nihap.
Yes.
You
troublemakers.
We were drinking whiskey. El Tenda was drinking moonshine, but he thought he was drinking the same thing we were drinking.
He thought he was drinking grappa.
Well, he was drinking crappa.
Some grappa.
So every time, and it was funny because that's actually the most I've seen Nihap drink too. And
Nihap don't get drunk. He gets a good buzz going, but he don't get drunk.
Yeah, we were all tossing back shots of, I don't know, I think it was just Jameson or something. But there's poor El Tenda. Every single time we did a shot of some 40 proof stuff, he was drinking shit that would run a truck from here to the Twin Cities off of a half a gallon. And it was like, oh my God.
He got so
One
sick.
man.
I remember that. And I remember him coming in the house and he's like, "Excuse me, I threw up in your backyard. I'm so sorry. I could. I'm like, Breeze.
And Breeze, he slept out on the front porch.
I know. That was the year that like there was. I don't think there was very much real estate that was open. That people. I had. It would look like a camp downstairs in my basement because we had.
Hey.
Oh my God!
But we've said this every year.
Yes.
If the difference between you being able to make it and not being able to make it is a hotel, don't worry about it. If you can sleep on an air mattress, a couch, the front porch, Eltonda. We had tents in the backyard.
Or on a floor ottoman and
yeah.
But and all the time that we've done this throughout the years, I would always be like, oh my God, where are we going to put everybody? And Eric's like, don't worry about it. And then I finally got it. I've come to the conclusion that if you were in the military, you can sleep
anywhere.
See,
anywhere.
Under the dining room table, under the chair.
Oh yeah. Half on an ottoman, half off an ottoman.
I tried.
Works great.
I tried to explain this to her. She's like, "You just can't invite everybody. We only have 2 bedrooms." I go, "We've got 2 bedrooms and a living room and a dining room and a kitchen
we got cots
table
for downstairs in the basement.
We got military cots and we've got tents and I said, you don't understand.
Oh my God!
If you tell say somebody like Miguel, our pal Miguel, he had surgery and times are tough, but he wanted an opportunity to escape and be able to have some fun. And it was just like, dude,
we found him a bed though.
It's like $200 and something bucks for what some of these guys were dropping on a hotel, because I don't know what the hell is going on at the same time we do the shoot each year, but there is like nothing. Rooms available.
Yeah, there's none.
So they're gouging you. And I'm trying to tell guys, it's like, hey, okay, if you're really feeling guilty, throw some money in when we go to the liquor store or throw some money for the lasagna. But if the difference between you being able to come, if we invited you, don't feel bad if you're staying here. But
you
just
got to understand that was not my mentality.
I know, because you're Mrs. 5-star.
Hostess with the mostest, got to, make everybody comfy.
See, I
didn't like.
I got to turn back the sheets.
She's like they're sleeping in the tub, but they're not on the floor in the bathroom. That's the important part. As long as they're not on the floor, then everything else is fine.
Oh my
tub
God.
is cool.
I think Jim actually helped me to solidify my point. I'm like, Chris, come here. You see what's happening right here? Jim is on the couch. Jim is on the ottoman, and Jim is on the floor. And he's sleeping like a fucking baby. Okay? Now go back up to your room.
And snoring the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, how'd you
like
sleep? Jim, how'd you sleep? Oh, I slept great. How's your back? Oh, I feel great. See,
but that was eye-opening to me, because that was something that I never realized, because I thought, I got all these people coming, where am I going to put them, and blah, 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 and Eric's like, don't worry about it. And then when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, you guys can sleep anywhere.
So I slept I slept upstairs, up a set of staircases once. I fell asleep. Trying to go up, I kneeled down and I went, you know what? This feels fine right here. Pulled off my coat, wrapped it up, and I'm laying on a staircase, just laying on it. I went to sleep. It's fine.
Actually, the one I felt absolutely terrible for was, and then of course a whole new name and YouTube channel came from it, was Steve. Zika Steve. I don't know if he got the stomach flu, because I know I am here to stand by his side when I say I know it was not alcohol related, but oh my God, he looked the same color as a white sheet.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it was like, I was like, Steve, man, should we just shoot you? Yes.
Oh yeah, he was just like, please somebody kill me. He was just not feeling it or
makes
having
you feel bad offering him lasagna. Huh? You want some lasagna, Steve?
No, actually, wasn't he feeling better by Saturday night?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. But that Friday, he was.
Yeah, the Friday and at the shoot Saturday, he didn't do a whole lot.
No. Mm-mm.
I think later on the afternoon, I finally saw him get up and start shooting his AKs and stuff. So
Yeah, it took a while.
But yeah, I felt bad for him. He just legitimately
and that name is gonna stick with him forever.
Zika Steve.
I don't know which one of you idiots came up with that downstairs, but that was fucking hilarious. I remember getting up the next morning, coming down, like, where's everybody at? Well, Zika Steve's still down there. I said, what?
What?
And they said, yeah, Steve got sicker than a dog. I said, Zika Steve. And I said, everybody started calling him that.
Yep.
Ed, for being the old guy in the group, he seems to have a great memory of all of the terrible shit that happened.
Right? Ed's got one of them photographic memories.
Yeah. You want to know anything? Ask Ed.
And evidently Jolson can sleep through anything, too.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. That's just crazy.
You want to see me sleep? Put me on an airplane for about a 6-hour flight. I'll sleep through that whole motherfucker. We go through turbulence and everything. Oh. You could ding the bells and bring down the drink cart and bump into me and everything else. I'll be so. Oh, I got to tell you, here's one for you, Christine. I was flying from Phoenix to Dallas, and then from Dallas to Jacksonville. Well, I changed planes in Dallas, got on the plane. I was asleep before we even taxied out.
Jeez.
We took off, flew to Jacksonville, landed at Jacksonville, unloaded the plane. They had the people on there vacuuming and cleaning, and one of the stewardesses came over and said, sir, do you want to get off now? I was in the very last row, over in the corner, leaned up against just out cold. It was the red eye. It was the red eye from Phoenix to Jacksonville. So I was out of Phoenix at like 5 a.m.
Oh boy. I can't.
See, that's what worried me about fall. I wanted to go to sleep coming back from Missouri, the Shootapalooza, and it was like, what if I wake up in Dallas?
Here's the thing: you're not going to take off on another flight.
Yeah, but I could miss my connecting flight. Shit, I had to run for it as it was.
Well, like I said, they're going to get you off that flight. It's not going to be, I'm not saying I was on a sumbitch for a half an hour. I guarantee I was on it for a good 15, 20 minutes, though.
That's funny.
Yeah, if the vacuum cleaner's out and you're the only one there other than the drive.
Ain't no lie, dude.
Yeah.
I walked out and there's all these people waiting to get on an airplane. I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Just mess with them, act like you're in handcuffs.
Yeah, no.
Do not go in that bathroom. Whatever you do.
Yeah, whatever you do, trust me.
Dude, I would not get on that airplane until they clean out that porta potty.
Yeah.
Or whatever, what do they call it? The airplane potty or whatever.
I've been in there for 15 minutes and I destroyed it.
Walk out like, was it like Ace Ventura? I would not go in there. Just swinging my hand behind my ass like, woo!
We've had a lot of...
Shit, did you see what time it was? Whoops.
Oh, boy. See, that's what happens. You just get talking about it, and then you one memory after another.
And that's what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up a little bit here. And that's what the whole thing about Shootapalooza. We're set out. When we talk about, say, Saturday night after everybody gets fat, full, and on that awesome lasagna and drinking booze and beers and everything else, we sit around, stoke the fire. Next thing you know, it's 3 in the morning, and everybody's still sitting out there shooting shit. And I'm sure your neighbor's like, "Oh, were those assholes? Please go to sleep."
Actually, no. I have to say, knock on wood, that all the times that we have had it, I've never had one neighbor come and complain and be like, "Can you tell them to keep it down?"
Oh, actually, we've had, in the years that we've been doing this, we've had, 3 different neighbors on this side?
Yeah.
And almost every year, they join us.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But who was it? I'm surprised that because there's some salty language that goes down in the backyard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
But I'm surprised that never did. That's awesome on your neighbors. That's for sure. You guys got a great little neighborhood there. So
yeah, we were fortunate that way that we had good neighbors and
understanding. Look at how like last year Michelle came over and was having some beers or wine with us. Mike helped cook and donated the grill, and we had 2 grills worth of food going, and he always helps out. My neighbor Miles, I mean, I had a refrigerator.
The beer fairy.
He was the beer fairy.
I had $55 invested in a refrigerator that we took out the racks and just filled it until you couldn't close the door anymore with a variety of beer because of Miles, Matt, and Danielle were Matt made it out shooting. Danielle had to work.
Yeah.
So, but they were both here on Saturday. We've had Christopher and Buki and Wendy several years.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we lost Christopher.
Yeah.
Not along with company.
Damn.
Still trying to lose him.
Yeah. See, that's
Keeps
just
finding his way.
example right there.
Keeps finding his way back home.
Yeah.
Fucking breadcrumbs.
I'm sorry. I completely missed it because I was doing a show. Jeremy Pre-Dawn Death evidently is listening.
What did he have to say?
Oh, he said to say hi to you and Christine and John. Miss you guys.
Hello.
He made a comment about his fucking cannon.
No.
He's talking about being on the camper. He was on the camper ride. I actually drove it back. I think I was in a hurry to eat. I apologize now for everybody that was on the camper coming back that year.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I missed that one because that just sounded scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. All the stories I heard after that, I was like, yeah, I'll make it next year.
Yeah, it was quite the long stretch. I mean, we did it for 7 years.
And yes, Jeremy, we miss you guys. Jeremy and Caitlin, you guys, we're probably going to want to plan some kind of a get together before actually the fall leaves. That'd be a good time for them to come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and don't waste your money on a hotel room.
The fall leaves. Peeper time.
And then comes that.
Oh, and Stalker Steve evidently never was able to get the chat room to work.
How weird. Yeah, it was. I have to say, overall, it was a lot of work to get all of this going each year, but it was so much fun to see everybody and just be able to hang out and have a laugh.
Yes, I will second that. It was, and it always will be, no matter when or what we do. Or how we do it. Even like I've come up there without Shootapalooza a couple of times with you guys, and just for like a long weekend or something. So.
Oh, like the New York boys. See, no, to be totally honest, like people, like for instance, Jolson, which I don't know if he can hear this or not. Hopefully he can.
He is.
He was all bummed out that we're not doing the shoot this year, because this would have been the year he would have been actually finally was able to make it. And I cannot emphasize this enough. The big group, the Shootapalooza, is fantastic. It's awesome. It's a memory that I will have with me forever, and I never want it to go away because I want it to keep building every time we get together as a family. Having said that, the most fun is not that big of a group. Like when Joey and Nihap
Jerry,
made it up, and
Yeah, I still haven't forgiven him for that.
it's like when we're able to actually get together where you can spend more time. I mean, when there's 43 people, I want to be able to. I just want to be able to spend time talking with Jim, or I want to spend time talking with Jerry.
chat room.
Oh, here.
No, but each. But it wasn't really that bad, though. I mean, even though we did have like a lot of people some years, and some years not so much, it's still. I mean, it really wasn't that bad.
No,
Yes,
no,
you don't have time to, probably, mingle as much as you want to do and hang with everybody, but
well, and I agree, but I will admit those last two big ones, it was almost to the point where it was too much. At least in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved meeting everybody and seeing everybody again and again and again. But when it was the first couple that I went to, was it the third and fourth year or whatever it was, the smaller groups was more, I'll say intimate. And of course, somebody will make some gay ass comment, I'm sure, but it was just a little more. It was a little more laid back, a little more. It wasn't it wasn't like we had to, because when there's 40, 50 of us, and we got to pack up 50 30 cars, and we got to try to wagon train this, and then you got to try to find a restaurant that can serve us all like breakfast or whatever. And it's hard. It really is hard. I mean,
that's the
all
downside.
the social stuff that we do, like we go to breakfast before Randy's closed. Jesus.
Yep.
We used to take over 6 or 7 tables at Randy's. Hell, we took over that one whole corner that one year.
Yeah, half the room that one year.
Yeah, and then since Randy's closed, we try to go to like IHOP or whatever, and it's like, oh fuck, we can't even get everybody in here. So,
no.
But just things like that. I mean,
yeah.
But as far as the Shootapaloozas go, they're an awesome idea, and we've had spinoffs. You guys have had. I haven't been able to attend them, but you had the Missouri-paloozas, where we went down to Ray Edwards and their neck of the woods, and Ed and all those guys' neck of the woods. You had a couple of those down there with B Likes to Watch. I wish I would have been able to meet. I wish I would have been able to meet him and Foo Master and everybody else that was down there.
Yeah, me too. I missed that one.
Oh yeah, to finally get a chance to meet Rich from
Rich.
212.
I would have loved to have met Rich and B and everybody else down there. Maybe one day, It's like before I came to Shootapalooza, I went down. I want to say it was in 2012. I went down to Orlando and met up with Anthony and who was it? Rich Nuttall, Making Master Class. And a couple other South Florida guys, and we went to Volusia County gun club, and we shot there for a weekend, and then went back to Steve's house and just sat around shooting the shit, drank some beers, and
Isn't Schwell part of that group?
Oh, he wasn't there. I don't know who Schwell is, but I don't remember anybody, with that name, like all us YouTubers, I should say, that were there.
Fucking smile, buddy.
What is it? What is that? You need to have a what?
Bidding on Shootapalooza golden tickets. You can even have a VR, smart ass.
I couldn't read that.
Look, Charlie. Charlie.
Check your T-shirt. See if it's got a golden label.
See? Yeah, that's what I do. Our paint a label on one shirt, on one Shootapalooza shirt, gold, and then whoever gets it gets a free ticket to fucking Eric's house.
There you go.
Tickets. The shirts are going to cost you $400 a piece.
Christina will open the doors and be like, "What? What?
Well, yeah. What are you doing here?
I'm here for the shoot.
Who are you and why are you here?
What are you talking about? Did you make lasagna? I don't know who the fuck you are, but you can back up."
Oh boy, Jim, you could actually have fun with that. You could take boxes or even bags or whatever. Put shirts in every single one of them with the one golden shirt. Seal them
like
so
a
you
Willy
don't
Wonka
even
bar.
know. Toss them, mix them all up, and then put labels on it, and they actually would not know who got the golden ticket.
It's like the Willy Wonka bar.
Except for Willy Wonka doesn't know you're coming.
No, Willy Wonka knows you're coming. Christine doesn't.
Yeah. I'll just see some
We're
random
so-
person at my door. Who are you?
We are so fucking stupid.
I'm not sure who put this
Never
up to you,
left.
but that was funny. Goodbye.
Jim fucked you. You better get your ass back on an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Who the hell are you?
Yeah. Why are you here?
All right. Look, I need to shut this down. I have to it's a school night and I need my beauty sleep. I also got to take the Relaxase pills and get my ass cleaned up for bed. Change out this dressing because I can see it bleeding through the cover there. So,
Hickeys.
I want to thank everybody for listening. We'll go through the chat room real fast. We got Jolson, we got Douglas, Ed, Smile Money. I know Big Redneck Papa was in there. Wade, let's see who else was listening earlier tonight. Let me scroll back down through. Tactical Wing, David, Mark. We got Wade, Crazy Scotsman, and Jeremy listening on the thing, and Mrs. Jeremy. He knows I gotta fuck with him on that. But I want to thank you. If I missed you, I apologize. I just scrolled back real fast and through. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Everybody for commenting on the promos. Thank John Solar for those awesome promos that he puts out there every week. I can't thank him enough for all that.
It's free, baby.
What?
Nothing. Sorry.
Phone shit again.
What?
Nothing.
Am I going to have to show up at your house going like, I'm here for Shootapalooza?
Mm-hmm. Great. I got the magic ticket right
all
here.
I can say is this time there's going to have to be some. Where did we say that we needed to go? Burgers and something else that we needed to do?
Yeah, what was that one? Yeah, what's the one burger place that's only open during the summer? Or during
Gordy's.
for you guys,
Sorry,
like Gordy's Hi Hat. I gotta have a Gordy's.
Gilson didn't get that either.
So I gotta get up there when it's warmer for you.
Cooler for you.
Yeah, cooler for me, warmer for you. I gotta try Gordy's Hi Hat because I've heard a lot about it, seen it on the food channels and all that shit. So, I mean, thanks to you guys, I've ate at a whole bunch of diners, drive-ins, and dives places.
Yeah, triple D sites.
Fucking triple D sites, man. There's 3 or 4 of them we've ate at there in Duluth and Superior.
Yep.
We gotta hit Shorty's one of these times too.
Oh,
The poutine.
yeah.
The
The poutine.
don't tease me.
Oh, they had poutine.
Where was it?
too.
Poutine burger.
Yeah, I had poutine. Was it over Superior?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't as good as the one I had in Duluth.
Isn't one of the places has a burger called Juicy Lucy or something like that?
A lot of places have Juicy Lucy.
Yeah, that's kind of a.
Joey's mom
Minnesota
fucking has
thing.
one called Juicy Lucy.
That is Joey's mom's name.
I would really laugh
beat
if
me
my
to
name
that.
really was Lucy.
Dude, you beat me to that. I was going to say that shit too.
Hey, Jolson, we can still get a Gordy's in. I don't know exactly when they close, but I know we still
I
have
think
time.
it's like mid-September.
Well, you're not going to get a DQ in anytime soon because I think it closes this month. doesn't it?
Just get him a Stouffer's lasagna and a freaking frozen burger and go, here, sit down. Let's do this.
Sit down.
Sit
Eat
your ass
this.
down. Now, did you take him to the Ironworks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, the Ironworks there in Duluth is really good.
I personally
Anyway, now-
think.
Look, assholes, I got to get off here because you're making me hungry and I got to go to bed. I'm going to wake up like 2 o'clock in the morning going, I need a burger.
But, you
I need
can
a
go.
Juicy Lucy.
You can go. We'll keep this going for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll go. I'll shut the camera off and turn the microphone off. So.
You'd be like, I'm done.
Pre-Don,
All right.
this is He's like, just telling you, my schedule's open, like Joey's mom's mouth.
I'm telling you, one of these days when we get the phones going, you're gonna have a phone ring like, "Hello, welcome back. This is Joey's mom."
This is Joey's mom.
You know, we could do though. We could still do a random Google invite if they don't know the show is live.
There you go.
Oh, that's just mean.
No.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
What
yes.
the fuck? Where's everybody here
Yes.
for? What the hell?
Dude, why don't you have any pants on?
Put the peanut butter down.
Hold on, hey, hold on. Tell Nikki that it's casual and get her on Google Chat. Tell her pants are optional. Those tops.
Tops are optional.
She's she's going to Texas, I think, tomorrow or the next day. To
Now
visit some friends.
my phone's blowing up. You assholes. All right, I'm gonna get off here. It's going on 9:30. So hey, again, I want to thank everybody, Mr. and Mrs. Bowman, everybody in the chat room, everybody listening out there, and everybody who's going to listen on the podcast. John Solar, of course, for the awesome promos and putting this out and putting up with all our shit. I don't know what the show's going to be next week, and I guess I need to step up my fucking game because now Eric and Christine got like a month out already.
Yes.
So
We got Bearded CB82 on my show on Friday.
yeah, actually, I probably need to get with you guys to make sure I'm not doubling up on any of your shows. Especially Miss Bomey, because hers is more geared toward different things. Yours is just a shit. Yours is just a shit show.
I
So.
was
It is a
say,
shit show.
I've got 3 guests already planned, and the only subject I can even tell you about is Dr. Mark. We're going to be
Dr.
talking about, is the moon hollow?
You have him on Friday, and I get him
Wow,
on Saturday.
that'll
And then the following day, he's going to be on her show.
Yeah.
that'll be a half a bottle night when Dr. Mark's on there. Yes. And I do have a statement for Smile Money. No Smile Money. I did bleed like a stuck pig, but not because my blood is thinned by gallons of alcohol. I do not drink like you think I drink. I drink
Except
like
on
a fish
Friday.
on Friday night,
That's right.
and I only had one small drink. Excuse me, I got a burp tonight. Yeah, I know, right? I got a burp.
I only have one small drink today.
Look, see, that was a bottle of water and ice. So thank you very much. But no, I have to give Smile Money shit.
Mm-hmm.
But again, thanks everybody. John Solar, count it down, buddy.
All right, here we go.
The wind blows me. The crack of dawn does it for me.
Don's
Push that
crackers.
button.
Crack it on.
Who's Don?
Oof.
So you want to
Don,
push
D-A-W-N, not D-O-N, you assholes.
that? So you want me to push the button now?
No, I thought you pushed the button.
Not yet.
Oh, you're a dickhead. God, damn.
Pushing the button.
Are you lying?